All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Bears are still gay. There's no damage done. Let me show you what. So let's just say this is the bigger pattern, guys, and we failed to break this a few times, right? Then really twice, once, twice, right? So this is the bigger line. Let me move that out of the way. So we failed twice. We had to come to the bottom of the range, and I'll show you what happened and why we're at right at. For one, we're at a double bottom from yesterday, which is always good. So now we ended up making like a broadening pattern, megaphone, right? And then if you look at these algo buy zones, we exactly hit the line where the computer likes to buy. So the computer got happy now, and we got our broadening pattern, which this tiny broadening pattern yields at least a 296 target, which once we break 285, 296, that we'll probably keep going, right? So now we have a definitive three touches on a broadening pattern. We have three touches on the top. We have two tries of the breakout on the bigger pattern, right, that I just showed you. So we had to come back to something pretty extreme after losing the second try. That's not that extreme though. It's extreme as minimal extreme, but yeah, now I understand it. Um, we also have now three higher swings. So you put in a bottom, you always want one, and then you did a rally. Two, did a rally. Three higher swing lows after making a bottom can yield you another leg up, right? That's another way to look at that. And then there's also three touches on this lower line here. Well, if I just duplicated that and move that up, this stock, I swear, it's a pain in the butt, guys. Charting it works in two ways. On normal, like tech stocks and normal stuff like that, what you call it, that's your channel right now, right? So we got to get over, and I think it's ready to break out, right? I think you tried once, kind of kissed it twice, three times, four times. On the fifth try, you can break a channel up. This is a accumulation channel. So now we're at the bottom, that's the top. These are all the different ways to look at it. And like I said, whenever you're doing a pennant or a wet, anything but a channel, you always get screwed, right? You always get screwed. So, and I got screwed again. I got screwed last week on a stupid pennant. I got screwed today. So we got our broadening pattern coming into the algo, lower trend line, coming into, our channel, which we're trying to break this channel. But I guess we needed one more test on this lower channel. If you look at it that way, right? So bears are still gay. We're still bullish. If you look at this last kind of like weird shoulder, messy as hell, head and shoulders that popped here, you still have that neckline support. If we came overnight to 259, 258, yeah, that's still support. That still wouldn't ruin. You'd still have three higher lows. So that's why I keep saying if yesterday and today it was almost like a what do you call it? A Groundhog Day, right? It's almost the exact same day, right? As yesterday. Yesterday we went up and we went down, right? Up, but today we went up, went down. Same thing, almost exactly the same. Um, Now you understand why. This to me was the most reason why well, all the breakouts, right? All the breakouts have to happen on the third try. So this big one, the bigger breakout up here with the top trend line, yeah, that came in. That we've had two tries, right? This one just tested the top, and then we pierced, and then we pierced again. So that to me is where it kind of. That's when I said, yeah, I had the pattern wrong. Now we're a broadening pattern. Now we're hitting the bottom of the trend line. So to confirm that, all you have to do is break 277 again, is to confirm this is a broadening pattern. So anyway, guys, that's the latest trying to figure out what the hell is going on in AMC today, and that's what I got. So does this delay anything? No. If it was a wedge, it would have delayed it, right? Like I think I showed you. Like you could say on a wedge look, this could have delayed it, right? Because now, but you could say here, you false broke this, you false broke that, and now you had to tag this, right? But if they really wanted to delay it, they would take it down. Here's how you could get another delay. See that lower trend line in that one? If they take it down here to 250, 253 area, or tomorrow to 254, now that's going to delay this thing out till the second, potentially. But realistically, these wedges, are they ever correct? Sometimes. What I just showed you, all that stuff, is usually more accurate if you can prove it, right? So here you go. This also shows one try at breakout, two tries at breakout. So the question is on this pattern, and this is how two different competing chart programs, I can't get the same, where's my broadening pattern here, on TradingView, I have a broadening pattern in here somewhere, right? It's right here. But why does that not, like, how come? Yeah. Oh, I'd have to go on the 15 minute. That's right. Let's look at that real quick. But that's the difference. Do we still need to hit 259 or something overnight? Maybe. But does a wedge ever really work? Channels work the best, guys. Channels work the best. Wedge is, I'm just waiting for the top of this trend. The top trend line matters the most, by the way. The bottom trend line really doesn't matter, just so you know, just as long as you make a higher low from here. When you're in an uptrend, your resistance is the top trend line. When you're in a downtrend, your support, or what you want to watch is the bottom trend line. That's where you bounce off of, right? So the under trend line doesn't matter so much, right? To us, we just want to break the top line. As long as we stay above the last low. Make a higher high, a higher low, higher high. That's the most easy way to read this. So if you look at the 15 minute, we're buried on the indicators. Everything bottomed and reset. So that's good. And we came down here. We're looking for the broadening pattern. See, it's not as clear, right, on this chart. Let's go to the 30 minute. Where's the broadening pattern, right? How come it doesn't look the same? You could say it's here. It's just, and you could say it's here. It's still there. It's just not as clear. That's why I use multiple charting programs, guys. Because if I was just using Thinkorswim today, I would be like, man, they're going to try to buy time, aren't they? They're going to, because look at this. The way they took this wedge down, look, it goes. But here's the thing, guys. This wedge, when you come into one of these wedges, whatever, this is 50% of the wedge. This is 65%. This is 70%. Anytime after 70%, you can break out. This whole going to 110% is crazy, but that's sometimes what they do on these small caps. They never do it on the large caps, trust me. Another thing that happened today is my bull market bands crossed upward, so that's good. The last time they crossed upward was right around here. So, and right around here, and then right here. So, is that our final low? If I don't say it is, it probably is.